Cool. All right. So on the last stream of this, we visited a castle, as the save might suggest. There was a bit of a dispute, a domestic dispute that we were entangled in to a certain degree. Yeah, there might have been somebody threatening somebody else's life. We managed to correct that situation, which is good. Everyone walked away. There were some hurt feelings, but everybody was still intact. I think that's a W. And yeah, now we're back on the road again. So it's interesting. We can talk to everybody. So we talked to Phil last time. Everything looking good here?
Runner in the red, so I guess that's good.
That is good.
We're set for fuel for a good while.
I guess we'll just kind of keep moving down the line here. Did we talk to
Hey,
Nadine?
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you.
Oh.
You seem quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Yeah, it does depend on the city, huh?
Well, everywhere's different. I've never been to El Presidio before.
It's big, but from what I hear, not as crowded as cities back east.
Doubt it's anything you can't handle. Stick with us and you'll be fine.
That is something of a comfort.
Something. I know where you spade. Thanks for the good luck. Have a good rest of your evening.
So how'd you become a healer? Did you go to school?
No. I mean, I attended the missionary school for a few years as a child, but not to learn medicine. I was taught by Dr. Sedgwick. I worked as his apprentice for nearly a decade. He was a wonderful guardian and mentor. I am grateful for all his care.
When did you return to the Otham?
I went to them in April of last year, but it wasn't a return. They took me in. People were leaving town, and there was less need for me at the clinic. It was Dr. Sedgwick who encouraged me to find my own path. The Otham were kind to accept me as a guest, but truthfully, I'm glad for this opportunity to travel with you and the others.
You said the Otham took you in. They aren't your people?
No. I don't know who my people are. My father never told Dr. Sedgwick, and I have no memories of him talking about it. I think my parents came from somewhere to the east, but I'm not even sure of that.
You said Doc Sedgwick was your guardian? What about your parents?
I never knew my mother. She died soon after I was born. My father worked for Dr. Sedgwick, which is how I came to his household. He took me in when my father died from an infected wound.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I couldn't have been more than 5.
Woof, huh?
Did that have anything to do with you choosing to learn medicine?
I suppose so. Yes. If I can save somebody's loved one, grant them extra time to cherish together, well, there's no better way to help people, is there?
Manuscript close-up track. Oh yeah, I can kind of hear that.
Have you ever tried tracking down where you came from?
No, I've considered it, but it's complicated. Perhaps someday.
Where are we at here? So if I remember correct, oh, they've got little dots on there. Boy, we have a long way. There's El Presidio up there. And we are over here just outside of Rosewater. Don't love that we're heading towards something called the Wrath Valley. That can't be good. But we'll see. Maybe we'll head through New Spain. All right, Jake.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
Did your travels ever take you to El Presidio?
A few times. Can't say I much care for it. But that city's for you. Too crowded, too impersonal. I'll take the wide open countryside any day.
Looks like we have some time on our hands. How about a story?
Sure, why not? It was 1842, and I'd been hired by the sheriff of Bleachbone Gulch to track down some cattle rustlers.
Oh.
It was a long and winding trail, but by following the sign...
I just realized that I did not change the category again. Still not Dreamweb, still not Tales Won't Count. Here we go.
I finally tracked down the stolen herd and the rustlers' camp. So I went back to town and gathered up a posse.
Oh,
4
yes.
able-bodied men, plus myself. That night, we went back under the cover of darkness. We had the element of surprise, but we were outnumbered 3-1. Before I knew it, the shooting had started.
Oh boy.
It was a long and bloody gunfight. In the end, yours truly was the last man left standing. I drove that whole herd on by my lonesome. They were all back home by dawn, with not a head missing. Lost some good fellers that night.
So,
But
some
that was
human
the
heads,
end of
maybe.
Cattle rustling in Bleachbone Gulch.
Hell of a story.
Now there's plenty more where that came from.
I appreciate the chat.
Anytime, Harley.
We're slowing down again.
Good. I could use a change of environment. Harley, could I have a word outside?
Sure.
Sun's getting low. Time to set up camp.
Harley and I'll be back shortly. Just gonna take a walk over to that spring. Danny and the others can aid in the preparations.
You better not be skipping out every time there's work to be done, you hear?
I like Lola.
Lead on.
Pretty interesting character. No nonsense. Gotta respect that. What is this? What are we gonna do here?
Would you look at that spring? I ain't seen water that clear since that time I went swimming with the Prime Minister's rambunctious niece.
Oh dear.
So, you wanted to talk to me about something?
I did. I can tell you've got a cogitating mind, always assessing the situation, finding the risks and opportunities. Now that we've got a real posse assembled, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on our little venture. Everything seemed hunky-dory so far, in your estimation?
I guess so. I don't really know if it's gonna, like, I don't know. It does feel like a little bit of a wild goose chase to me. I guess is this one. I like that it's a good crew. It's an exciting mission. Or lie. Everything's fine. Like, it's funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a good crew. We got a good crew.
Yes, I think so. It's an odd bunch, all right, but all capable in their own way. If a treasure's out there to be found, I think this gang can do it.
Delighted to hear it. You let me know if that changes, all right?
You got it.
Right, well, we should be heading back. L. Smith Johnson will...
Oh, hey there.
Howdy, friend.
Welcome, welcome. Name's Aubrey Trout, but you're not here about me. I reckon you're here for the spring water.
Something special about it?
Something special about it? This here's an etheric spring. Best kept secret in the great western desert.
Etheric spring?
Sure. Y'all know about ethericity, don't you?
We're familiar.
Yeah.
Well, this water's got the same properties due to a confluence of etherically sensitive minerals deep in the earth, you see. This here's a hotbed. Taking a drink will cure whatever ails you and grant you the strength of 10 men.
No kidding.
Prove it.
If what you say is true, people would be lined up from here back to Rosewater. So where is everyone?
I told you, it's a secret. Well, for now, once word gets out, I'll be up to my eyes in folks wanting a sip of the stuff. I can see by your face you're not convinced. Maybe this'll change your mind. Observe.
Jumping Jehoshaphat.
Daily sips of this water have conferred upon me a practically superhuman strength. Now, tell me, how old do you think I am?
I imagine a spry young feller like yourself can't be more than 25?
What if I told you I was 52?
Enough beating around the bush. What's your game? You trying to get us to pay you for this water? Or go in on some fool business venture to sell the stuff?
Ma'am, I am wounded. Haven't tasted bliss. I just want to share it with my fellow man.
For a
Or
price.
is the spirit of generosity dead and buried? Okay,
Word.
look. I'll take a drink now. Watch me.
So yes, he does want us to pay for it.
There. You see? Tastes like springtime and sunlight. Now, if the water was no good, would I have done that?
Reckon not.
So go on, friends. Share in the wealth. Take a sip.
If it does even half of what you say.
Huh. This is an interesting thing here. I mean, it could be fine. I gotta be honest, that this aethericity stuff has been largely negative between this game and Lamplight City, of course. There's been a lot of potential. It's big potential, big ceiling, high ceiling, right? But it doesn't seem like people have really worked out the fine tunings of this. For all we know, this guy is right, but he had, like, you know, 10 assistants like the other doctor guy, Dr. Clark there had, and they've all went poof. I would like to look around. I'd like to assess the situation a bit more, I think. I feel like he's going to have a drink and he's going to be fine, and I'm going to have to deal with that. I don't know. Was aethericity water just another term for dysentery? We don't know. We simply don't know.
Not so fast. Something is off. I'm sure you won't mind if I have a look around, Mr. Trout.
Be my guest.
Dysentery, very good. Let's have a little look.
Looks refreshing, but looks can be deceiving.
Oh, hello. What is this?
All these trees look dead. That can't be a good sign.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even notice that.
Jake, I don't think you should drink that water.
Why not?
Yeah.
Just have a look at all the trees and plants around the spring. They're dead. I'd say that's a clear warning.
Oh, it's a desert. Plenty of straggly-looking vegetation.
Forget it.
So we can keep going. Can we just leave? No one drink any water while I'm gone.
I think something's tucked under there.
Uh-huh.
What have we here? Magic Spring didn't do much for this beast's health. Did this poor animal die after drinking the water, or because of it?
Questions. Many questions.
Was there a sign here at one point? Wonder what it said.
Watch out for snakes.
Water of life, huh? Wonder if this is hiding anything. Ow! Bunch of stickers. Damn.
Are they all just
Might be
sticker
a good
bushes?
hiding place. Nothing but twigs and leaves.
It said bad water. It might have been.
Looks like there's something hidden under that bush.
Oh, we got another one. What do you got under here?
What's this? These boards have been badly damaged, but it looks like it says WRNI warning.
Okay.
There could
Bad
be
water,
something in
yeah.
here. What's this? A money pouch. There's 10 crowns in here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and we're taking it.
They're circling low. That's not reassuring.
All right, Jake, you didn't drink the water while I was gone, right? Buddy? Good.
I've got my eyes on you.
I'm flattered.
Jake, I don't think you should drink that water.
Why not?
Where do I begin?
There was a cow skull in the reeds. Looked deliberately hidden there.
Is that right?
Yes, I did that. Wasn't nefarious, just clearing the path so no one trips on it.
There was a warning sign over there, and someone destroyed
It
it.
was in the way.
That stick's been there since I found the place. Never seen a sign.
Now wait just a minute. What are you trying to pull here, friend?
Nothing. I swear.
Right, and I'm the Prime Minister. Quite the little scam you've got going on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. Jake, maybe you can coax our friend here to talk?
Ooh, music change. Here we go.
I'd listen to the lady, partner, unless you want to be another notch on Gentleman Jake's holster.
Okay. I'll talk. The spring's toxic. I trick people into taking a sip and then rob them.
Oh my
Gee,
goodness.
Rover cripes, that's pretty low, even for a confidence trickster.
You don't kill them. A little sip only knocks you out for a bit.
So how are you still standing after all those drinks you took?
I got a natural immunity. What can I say? Found a way to turn it to my advantage.
And that iron-bending trick?
Like you said, just a trick.
Of course. I should have seen through that. We got ourselves a real piece of work here, Harley.
You're telling me.
What do you reckon we should do with him?
I mean, I think we gotta teach him a lesson here. You picked on the wrong people. What about these other folks who might be coming through here?
We can't let him work his tricks on anyone else. He needs to be punished.
I agree.
Please, don't kill me.
Do we look like murderers to you? We need to make an example of him.
I've got just the thing. Go get me some rope from the wagon, would you?
All right.
Oh boy.
That's some fine work, Jake.
Thank you. Maybe now our friend will think twice about leading people astray. Shall we?
Wait! You're just gonna leave me here?
Ah, plenty of folks travel this road. You know that, or you wouldn't have bothered laying your trap. I'm sure you'll encounter some charitable soul. Eventually.
Speaking of charitable souls, I found a stash of stolen money while I was snooping around.
Well, ain't that something? Come on, let's head back and see how the camp setup's going.
See you later. Amazing.
So the little weasels concocted this whole story about how it's an etheric spring and the water has special powers, trying to hoodwink us into drinking it. All I can say is it's a good thing we ain't the rubes he took us for.
I feel sorry for anyone falling prey to his tricks. He was a crafty one.
Even so, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to pull one over on old Jake.
So what happened when you found him out?
We got a full confession. Turns out, the water's poison. The snake worked up some scheme to get passers-by to drink, and then empty their pockets as soon as they were out of commission. Leastways, I think that's what he said. Couldn't catch half of it through his blubbering and sniffling.
Funny how some folks will lie and lie to your face, bold as brass, then go all to pieces soon as they get caught. So how'd you deal with them?
We made an example of him.
You killed him?
Let's just say he won't be harming anybody else.
Jake.
Don't worry, Nadine. Jake's just pulling your leg. We left him tied up next to the spring and wrote up a sign warning about what he did. And whatever happens after, I guess, is up to the next person who comes along.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Sounds like he got off easy.
Lola.
The chili's almost ready. Harley, can you come help me and Phil serve?
Sure thing.
Oh, chili. Let's go.
That smells heavenly.
The kid is a good cook, eh? But I believe this chili could use a little of my secret ingredient.
Uh-oh, what is this? Pepper?
Mezcal.
Oh.
I picked up a bottle before we left Rosewater. Gives it a nice smoky flavor. And makes you feel nice afterwards, too. This group needs a bit of loosening up, don't you think?
Might as well pour the whole bottle. Doesn't alcohol's gonna cook off.
Okay, just make sure not to overdo it.
Me? Overdo it? Never.
It's quite a pour there.
We should be ready to serve. Just one last taste.
Mezcal.
Tastier than usual. Smoky. Did one of you add something?
Just my secret ingredient.
Well, whatever it is, it's real nice. Come on, let's fill up these bowls and get everybody fed.
Somebody gonna fall off the wagon here or something? That I just ruined somebody's life by allowing him to put
Mighty fine chili, Danny boy.
Glad you liked it.
the tequila in there. Could use some salt. It was edible. It does the job, right?
I'd say it was the best damn chili I've ever tasted. You ever decide to give up gunslinging? Maybe you could open up a restaurant.
You really think so?
I'd be a regular.
Gosh, thank you.
It's a nice night.
Perfect for relaxing and enjoying the company of one's comrades. The best part of the day. I have always said that the battle is won or lost around the campfire the night before.
It's okay. All right. We're just hanging out around the fire. I like it. Speaking of bad water, mezcal probably falls into that that category. Got a special achievement for rejecting alcohol at every opportunity. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm really interested, and I don't want to know really too much about it till after I finish my playthrough, but I'd be curious. It seems like there's a lot of forks in the road with things here, so it's kind of cool.
I had my doubts about that contraption, but it's really come through so far.
Yeah, this is insane. I would camp in this thing, a little RV camper, basically.
Jake and Danny's tent. Nadine and I are sharing that tent. Hope she's not a snorer.
Okay. Fire.
Kind of hypnotic.
All right. Well, who haven't we talked to yet? Lola.
Doing all right, Miss Johnson?
I'd say so. If you'll excuse me, it's been a long day. I need to rest up for tomorrow's drive. Night all.
Okay. A woman of few words. That's fine.
So, Danny, where'd you learn to cook chili anyway?
I just sorta picked it up. Can't really remember where.
I hate to leave such merry company, but I'm suddenly feeling very sleepy. Please excuse me. I'll see you all in the morning.
Sleep tight, Miss Redbird.
Night.
Rejected porting it in because, yeah, fair enough. This is so I think if people were just like, yeah, like spike it, like if it was like a beverage, I would have been like, nah, don't do that. But the thing is, like, you know, using alcohol in cooking is a normal thing, right? Where it's sort of like the alcohol cooks off.
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
And why should I not be?
But I guess not. Who
Fine
knows?
weather, good food, good company. Are you not?
Well, sure. I mean, this is great and all, but...
But nothing. Here, take a drink. Celebrate.
Oh, I see. Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Oh, I could write this game. I'm just joking. A little nip.
Oh, that's got a kick.
Excelente. You really do know how to have a good time. To new friends.
Okay.
Hell of a day, huh, Jake?
I'll say. It's disheartening to know there's so many men out there hell-bent on bringing others to ruination. But at least we saw through his ruse.
It's as they say. There's a mark born every minute, one to trim 'em and one to knock 'em. Time for me to call it a night.
Night, Harley.
Buenas noches.
Sleep well.
Okay.
We leave within the hour. Don't leave anything behind.
Okay.
Morning, ladies. Sleep well?
Somehow, despite Phil snoring up a storm, sounded like he was right there in the tent with Nadine and me.
Feller works hard, plays hard, and sleeps hard. Nothing wrong with that.
Is Danny still sleeping?
Nah, he was up at the crack this morning and wandered off someplace.
Oh, you don't know where he went?
Now, this ain't unusual for him. Reckon he needs some alone time every so often, so I'll leave him to it.
Hopefully he didn't drink some of the water, huh?
He just wandered off by himself? Is he all right?
I'm sure he's fine, but just in case anything's amiss, why don't you go look for him while Miss Redbird and I pack up the tents? I'd ask Miss Johnson, but I don't want an earful.
All right, I'll go.
All right.
Danny, you out here? Where in the ether could he have gone?
Hopefully not into the ether, right? What Rosewater tastes like in real life, yeah, right? Okay. Oh, what do we have here?
No idea what these are, but they're pretty.
They do look nice.
The river's pretty calm here, but gets rougher downstream.
Oh, that's a foreboding thought, huh?
Daisies, I think.
Do we have to ford the river? Is this turning into Oregon Trail here?
Danny, there you are.
Oh, hi, Harley.
Didn't you hear me calling?
Oh, sorry. No. Sound of the river drowned it out, I guess.
Why are you sulking?
You just took off without saying boo to anyone. What gives?
I just wanted to take a walk.
I get that Jake keeps you on a tight leash. Bet it feels good to slip it once in a while. But there's a bigger group to think about now. We depend on each other.
Of course. You're right. I'm sorry.
You don't want to tell me what's eating you. That's your business. But I'm not gonna laugh at you if you do.
It's just, I miss Petey, my friend. Today is 3 years since he died, so I just wanted to be alone with my thoughts.
Okay. Shout out, pour one out for Petey.
I'm real sorry, Danny. Can I help in any way?
I don't know. Maybe? See, the thing is, I never got a chance to mourn properly. It all went down so fast. He was gone before I knew it. And I was starting over someplace new. I never got to say goodbye.
Here's a thought. How about we make a kind of memorial for your friend? Maybe you can say a few words or something? Might help.
It's a great idea.
We'll need something to serve as a marker.
What do you have in mind?
Well, we had that guy tied up. We can just use him. Tree carving. Classic.
Well, you knew Petey. What do you think he'd have liked?
Well, maybe a rock would work as a marker?
Let's see what we can find.
Alright, so water and a couple rocks makes sense.
These flowers are a nice shade of blue. The current's really strong.
And don't go in there.
Would this rock make a suitable marker?
No, it's not the right shape.
Not the right shape. Okay. Alright, Danny. Okay. Water effects are pretty cool. A stick. Stick is like a rock, but wood.
Looks like it fell off that tree not long ago. It's especially rough here. Striking little purple flowers. How about this rock here?
No, it's too big.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
So, how are you feeling?
Oh, better, I guess. It's nice to be able to do something for Petey.
What was Petey's full name?
His full Chinese name was Si Pengfei, but we called him Petey, just like everybody else called me Danny.
So your name's not Danny Luo?
It's Lo Danning, but it was easier to switch it around to make it sound more Vespuccian.
Just like Phil.
Yeah, I guess so. Funny, you're the first non-Chinese person I've ever told my real name. Not even Jake knows it.
Well, I'm honored. Tell me about some of the things Petey liked.
Well, he used to play the harmonica pretty badly. He liked my cooking. He used to call me Beanie as a joke. And, his favorite color was blue.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had this ratty old blue shirt he always wore. It was falling apart. Smelled awful. But he insisted it was lucky. Made the rest of us wear something blue for luck.
Hence your vest.
Yeah.
Were you and Petey close?
We grew up together. He was more like a brother to me than my actual brother.
I feel like I don't want to pry too much into that. I don't want to make it about me. So I think we'll hold on that. Let's see. Don't tell me I need to jump across the river, by the way, to go get a rock, because that's gonna upset me. We do have a stick, though. Maybe we can use the stick to get a good rock. Oh, this looks like there are plenty of good rocks here. Look at that one. That's a classic rock.
Will this make a good marker?
Yeah.
There's got to be a better one.
Danny. We have a time.
I'm not ready to go back to camp yet. I'll wait for you here.
I had my doubts about that contraption, but it's really come through so far. Nothing but ashes and a few charred bits of wood.
What about that rock in the water? That's not a great one.
See
Is
that
this
rock
in the
in the
water?
river?
Oh, yeah. It'd be perfect for a marker.
Of course. Of course it is.
Looks like we found the perfect rock.
All right, let me really quick save here because I don't know. I just feel like danger is afoot here. Good rock.
It's stuck in the riverbed. I can't pull it out on my own.
Stick. Gotta be stick, right? Good stick.
Just a plain old branch. Looks fairly sturdy.
Okay, sturdy is good enough for me. Select rock.
You did it!
Where do you want it?
How about by that tree? That's good. Just need a couple more things.
Like what?
The stone isn't a marker until it's been marked, so we need some way to do that. And I'd like to put something nice on the memorial. People usually do flowers, right?
Suppose so.
Would you mind if I stayed here? I want to think about what to write.
Sure. I'll be back with the stuff once I've found it.
All right, well, we've got loads of flowers here. I'm just gonna, I guess we pick everything. Not an expert on the best flowers to use for these things. Rosewater FM, classic rock. Any other ones I'm missing? I just realized we've had a Bonnie treat in queue for a little bit here, so I will honor that soon.
Striking little purple flowers.
Striking, that's good.
They're a pretty shade of blue.
Okay, blue. Blue is good, right? Liked blue. Blue flowers. Why don't we, oops. Resume game. Select blue flowers, give to Danny.
How about these flowers? Petey's favorite color. Like you said.
Hey, yeah. These are perfect.
Okay. Great. The rock, huh?
It's a nice stone, but it could definitely use more.
Okay, maybe back at the camp, there's something to, mark it? Maybe we can use like a piece of coal or something?
This should work to mark the stone.
Yeah. Harley must have the dirtiest pockets. The
Hey,
crap we
Dan.
had.
Yes, Harley.
And
Some charred wood from last night's campfire. It's pretty ashy.
okay, I guess that'll do.
Here, you can mark the stone with this.
Yeah, this is great. Thanks, Harley.
That's everything, right?
I think so. Well, I haven't got any incense paper, so this will have to do. It means a lot, you taking the time to do this. I'm sure you had better ways to spend the morning.
Can't think of any. Would you mind telling me what happened to your friend?
But we're gonna ask anyway.
Well,
I didn't do
Edie
it.
and I left El Presidio along with 5 of our friends. We were looking for new lives out on the frontier. I told my parents we were pooling our money together to buy a farm, which was true. Except, we didn't actually have any money. Petey took charge and we all started off working odd jobs here and there. But he got impatient. He got it into his head that it would be easy money to rob a stagecoach. I didn't much care for the idea, but once Petey put his mind to something,
Oh,
there was
boy.
no turning back. So the
Yeah.
big day came, and things didn't go so well. Petey didn't make it. I was the only one who did.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I just wish I'd said something more. Push back harder on the whole idea. But honestly, talking about it helps. So, thanks, I guess. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a bit.
Sure thing. See you back on the wagon.
Within the hour. You hear me, Danny? Pour one out for Petey. Okay. All right, we're making moves here, getting closer to Wrath Valley. Don't love that again, but there you have it. Does she have a grease-stained tissue found in a sewer? That's true. That's sort of where the bar is, right? All right. Let me go get the dog really quick because we do have a Bonnie treat available, so just hang tight. All right. I opened the door, and sure enough, she came slinking right in. She's a little sleepy, but she's like, I'm not missing a treat. So we've got a treat coming in from Soul Driver. Thanks for your patience, Soul Driver. That came in a little while ago. Here we go. Nice, tasty little treat. This little doggo over here. Oh, and we got another one in from Summer. Excellent. Double treat duty. Can I get one out of the jar with one hand? Yes, we can. Here we go. Thank you, Summer. Very good. A couple pets here. For the road. Excellent. All right. Boop. Boom. We are back. Double treat. At least you got 2 treats. That's what matters, right? How we doing on our gauges?
None are in the red, so I guess that's good.
Sure.
I don't think I've read most of these. Lola must be a reader. Always nice to have some books around.
You know what? I am going to read one of these because maybe we'll learn a little bit about Lola if we read.
Scooch over a touch, would you, Phil?
Plenty of room in the middle, but yeah.
Folks, we're making a brief stop. There's a lady by the road might need some help.
Let's see if we can be of assistance then.
Okay.
Have you been stranded out here, ma'am?
Oh, no, not at all. I can see how it might look that way, but I assure you, I am here with fierce and deliberate purpose.
Okay, what's going on over here? Are we digging up dinosaur bones?
Are all these holes you're doing?
Indeed. This is my dig site. Please be careful where you step. My name is Amber Lee, and I am a paleontologist.
Beg your pardon?
It means I collect and study fossils.
Fossils? You mean bones?
Yes, that's right. Bones of the great creatures that roamed these lands millions of years ago. The mighty thunder lizards who shook the ground with every step.
Oh,
this
my
wasn't
goodness.
always a desert, you know. It may seem difficult to imagine now, but millions of years ago, this was all a vast, lush rainforest. The perfect habitat for these awesome beasts.
Suppose everybody needs a hobby.
This is no mere hobby, sir. This is my vocation. In fact, I have been invited to exhibit my findings at the esteemed Jolly Good Club in El Presidio.
The Jolly Good Club.
Does that mean you know Dr. Bennett Clark?
Afraid not. As women are excluded from the club, I've not had occasion to associate with its members. They have made a special exception to allow me to give my lecture, and they are expecting something spectacular. If I don't find something truly extraordinary to show, I will be in quite a bind. Fortune has not been in my favor on this expedition. I am certain this area is full of treasures. Fossilized remains, that is. But the Earth stubbornly refuses to yield up her secrets. Say, have you any experience with excavation?
Oh no. I mean, excavation? Like, you know, we haven't gone full Hobbs Barrow. We have blown up a couple things. We have certainly, I don't know, I'm sure we've all collectively dug a hole or two.
You bet. I've dug more holes than I can count.
Marvelous! Then perhaps you can assist me. I shall compensate you for your trouble, of course.
How much are we talking?
I'll need 2 field assistants. I am prepared to offer you 5 crowns each for a day's labor, and double that if you turn up something I can exhibit.
Hmm. I mean, we got... I mean, is there anything actually out here right now?
If we do turn up something good, surely it's worth more than that to you. How about doubling that finder's fee to 10?
These discoveries will surely have enormous value to the scientific community, but I fear my cash is limited. It seems you are confident in your abilities. In exchange for the chance of a greater bonus, perhaps you will accept a reduction in the guaranteed fee to 3 crowns each?
So we'll make at least 6 and as much as 26 crowns.
Sounds like a fine gamble. Let's find us some bones. You taking point on this, Harley?
Guess so.
Unfortunately, it seems that I'm who likes to dig? I don't really know what goes into digging up dinosaur bones. You need to be delicate, but obviously you gotta be able to do your thing. I feel like Danny's seen some things we now kind of know about this. Oh, we can do Lola as well. No, Lola seems pretty tough. I feel like maybe she'd be good. Let's do that.
Miss Johnson, want to help me out?
If I must.
Now remember, we are searching for bones belonging to the great dinosaurs that I believe were once abundant here. They may be scattered in pieces. I aspire, above all, to discover and assemble a complete skeleton for display. My holy grail, if you will. If you uncover anything useful, be sure to tag it for classification.
Will this take long?
We shall reconvene in an hour.
All right, but not a minute more.
May fortune favor our search.
left click on the brush or trowel icons to select each tool. Okay, so we probably want a trowel here initially, I'm thinking.
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
Sand's a touch cooler down here.
Apparently not. What did I do? What did I break? I was like, there was nothing to look at, right? So I was like, we gotta dig a little bit. We gotta get a little bit of a hole in here before we can brush away stuff. But apparently, immediately, there was a problem. What have we got here?
And what have we here?
This... What is this? This does not look like a bone. What is this? Tag or discard? I guess tag it?
I can't dig any deeper.
I don't know. What the heck was that? It's like a... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, we'll brush first. I've learned my lesson. I hope I didn't, like, lose my one possible thing.
And what have we here?
Another one of these things. Oh, it's an omanite. Tag it. It's a Pokemon.
Say, this looks promising. Say, this looks promising.
Father's Farm chewing tobacco. I'm tagging everything. I don't know if, like, I'm supposed to. Maybe this is bad, but I'm being honest. You know, we're rolling with it. Look at all this stuff we got. This is great. She's gonna love it.
Say, this looks promising. Looks valuable. I'm keeping it.
Okay. Okay, we got a little fanfare for that one. Little arrowhead action.
Ooh, this is interesting. Phew. I've been at this long enough.
All right, place everything you found on the table here, and we'll have a look.
That's to leave the posse.
Not a bad yield. You found some quality fossils. These other items, while interesting, will not help me assemble a creature to display. I know you aren't trained in the science of paleontology, but surely you recognize refuse when you see it?
One man's trash is another's treasure, as they say.
That's what I say.
Not in this instance, I'm afraid. As for your companion, goodness, you've also found some wonderful fossils. This is quite a collection. Here is your fee, as we agreed. Thank you again for your assistance.
Oh, we're loaded
Don't
now.
mention it. Good luck with your exhibition.
What? 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 Can you hear Bonnie whooping over here? Whoa, whoa. What? Go check it out. Oh my goodness, she's like that's not refuse. There's more bones in them holes. All right, well, I feel like we're getting a lot done here.
So I guess that's good. Lola must be a reader. Always nice to have some books around.
So what actually happens if I peek my head out the door here? I kind of don't want to do it because it's one of the rules, but bones. We'll just make a save quick. If she yells at me, I'll reload. Maybe we can peek. Have a little peek.
Hey, Miss Johnson.
What is it?
Have you ever been to El Presidio?
Yes, I have.
Anything else you want to say about it?
I know how to get there. Ain't that enough?
I'll let you get back to driving.
Good.
I don't want to get on the bad side of her. All right, Danny, what do you got for
Danny,
me?
let's talk.
Sure. Actually, I was wondering about something. Where'd you learn how to fight?
For a while, it was how I put food on the table.
No kidding. You were a brawler?
I was. Used to call me Spitfire Harley.
Wow. Were you any good?
I took my licks, but usually held my own.
Imagine, like,
In that
nope.
world, being good is mostly about how much punishment you can take and keep coming back. Same as anywhere, really. Hell, if you want, maybe you and I can go a couple of rounds later.
Really?
Of course not, Danny. She's just pulling your leg.
I was being perfectly sincere.
Oh, shoot. In that case, I'm sitting ringside.
So did you get PD's memorial sorted out?
Yeah, I think so. It was hard saying goodbye, but I needed to do it.
Goodbyes aren't easy. Never quite got the hang of them myself.
No?
I don't like to stick around in one place too long, so eventually I just move on. Figure I'll be back around again sometime later. But you don't always get another chance for a proper farewell.
Well, I hope you're not planning on leaving us just yet.
Nah, I like to finish what I start.
He has. It was from El Presidio, right?
So have you been to El Presidio before?
Yeah, I was born there.
Yeah.
No kidding. Didn't you say your family lived near El Presidio?
In the area, yeah. They moved out of the city proper a few years back. I left when I was 16. Haven't been back in ages.
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
I'm just gonna yell at me. I'm
What's
sorry about
going on?
asking about
I
the.
don't much care for the looks of that sky.
No? Looks fine to me.
Give it half an hour and it won't. There's a dust storm coming. We need to seek shelter fast.
We're in a shelter.
Can't just stop and wait it out on the wagon?
Even secured, there's a chance it could blow over. I'm not risking it. There's a house up ahead a ways. We'll stop and see if we can shelter there.
All right. I'll let the others know.
Okay. They thought of everything.
Lola wasn't kidding about the storm picking up. Is someone living here?
I mean, I've seen things in worse conditions. What do we got
That
going?
sky is bad news.
All right. Oh, hang on. Knock. Knock. Gotta be polite.
Hello? Anybody home? No answer. And wouldn't you know it, it's locked. There's got to be a way inside.
Was that you making all that racket?
Oh,
What in God's green earth are you doing out here in this squall, young lady?
my companions and I need a place to ride out the storm. We thought this house was abandoned.
Well, it's not. But how many are ye?
There's 6 of us. That's our wagon back there on the road.
Well then, go fetch 'em.
You're sure?
I won't have ye blow away on me porch. And you'll be keeping an old man company. So long as you're not bandits or thieves, are ye?
No, sir.
Not yet.
We're fortune seekers. Of an honest sort.
Then we'll be getting along just fine. Now, get your folk in here quick, before we all get whisked to Kingdom Come. Appreciate you letting us ride out the storm in here, sir. Mighty good of you. Ah, of course. As I told your mate, I'm glad for the company. Welcome to me home. I'm Captain Philip Boylan.
Yes.
Pleasure's all ours. I'm Jake Ackerman. And this is Miss Leger, Mr. Luo, Mr. Marquez, Ms. Redbird, and Miss Johnson. Fine-looking crew, sure. And not to worry, there's plenty of space here. I've a spare room upstairs and a settee in the library.
Dibs on a bed. Let's ask about the captain and stuff.
So, Captain Boylan, would that be a sea captain?
Aye,
We're a long way from water. What brought you out here?
there'll be time for trading tales soon enough. For now, I'll be needing some assistance. I
Sure.
was about to start supper. Seeing as I'm setting extra places, I could use a couple more hands.
I'd be glad to help.
As would I.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
grand.
It's gonna be like waiting for Jake to be like, Harley, you're gonna take point, right? Yeah, I'll help.
Could you use another?
Sure. All right, shall we? The rest of ye, make yourselves at home. I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
Oh, there's a gong. This guy is great.
Excellent work, galley crew. We'll be feasting within the hour.
You're fortunate to be so well provisioned. We recently visited a community that was having trouble with their crops, although Harley found a way to help.
So, Captain,
Aye?
Hey, Havorius. Favorite section of the game? Excellent. Yeah, this has been really cool so far. It's like little vignettes, basically, as we're kind of traveling up, which is kind of interesting. Very fun. What's for dinner? Potatoes, obviously.
where did all these potatoes come from?
Suppose the dust was kicking up already when ye arrived, so ye didn't see. They're from me own fields, just yonder.
You're a farmer then?
Just an old retired sea dog making do. I just thank God me crops have fared so well.
Captain, I was wondering,
Aye?
where did you get that gong?
Oh, that were a gift from an old friend who spent a few years sailing out of Shanghai. Is that from whereabouts ye hail yourself, Mr. Luo?
Me? Oh, no. That is, my parents came over from China, though I'm not sure where exactly. They never talk much about it. But my brother and I were both born in El Presidio.
Ah,
Less talking, more peeling.
So have you ever been to China?
No. I hope to go someday, though. Maybe I can convince Jake to take his show overseas once this trip's over.
Maybe. Stranger things have happened. So does that mean you speak the language?
Yes, although my parents wish I spoke it more.
That might come in useful in El Presidio.
Well, I'll try my best.
well, this should be plenty, thank ye. Why not go rest up? I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
You know, the supper gong.
That was lovely. What an interesting life he's led.
I bet he's got as many stories as Jake. Now, speaking of which, I better go find him.
I'm going to look in the library. See you at dinner.
Okay. What's the twist here? Turns out you're for dinner. It's like, oh. It's a cannibalistic captain. Of course.
If I had to guess, I'd say this came from someplace in Africa. Captain Boylan sure has gotten around. A seaside landscape. I'm detecting a theme.
So what do we have here? What is this? Spear?
An impressive weapon. That probably goes to a closet or a basement or something.
Oh boy, yeah, we could go down into the
Painting
basement.
of a harbor. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before.
It's like Lamplight City. Lamplight City?
Locked.
Oh yeah, we didn't look at this.
An ancient arrowhead I found buried in the desert.
Gotta be a pretty important item, right?
I should leave it be. Don't want to upset the captain.
Okay. So pick the lock. Can we go talk to him a bit more? I'd love to pick his brain about things.
Miss Leger, eager for your supper?
Just looking around.
I'll sound the gong when it's ready.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. I'm guessing we can only take one of them. I really want to go down to the basement. I feel like there's something nefarious down there. There's never anything good in the basement.
Locked.
Let's go check. We'll check the library. Maybe you can learn a bit more out here.
It seems the good captain is an avid reader.
No kidding.
Jeez, look at all the stuff to look at. Let's go.
Who's that?
Palace, I believe.
Yeah, always snooping. Always snooping.
These shelves are full of ship's logbooks. Captain Boylan had a long career. Nautical adventures, war stories, medieval romances, and frontier tales. We're in the middle of the desert, but it feels like we could be at sea. That's a nice instrument.
Isn't she? Very finely crafted. I wonder how the captain came by her.
A poker for stoking the fire.
Harley, what are you doing? We are Captain Boylan's guests, not common bandits.
I was gonna poke the fire. Certainly, right?
The label says Barbados rum. I'm no expert, but it looks old, foreign, and valuable. A gentum jug.
Say that 5 times fast.
This is really an interesting part of the game because in my head, I'm like trying to piece together what could be like. I'm looking for a problem because it's an adventure game, but hard to say. I've got a few ideas, but we'll see. We'll see. How to cook people? Oh no, how to cook for people.
Atlases, travelogues, and naval histories.
Is that a Simpsons joke or something? I can't remember that. That's familiar.
A gentum jug.
It should have nailed it down. It's a classic, you know. We all know the rules.
Such an intricate design.
Must have taken ages to carve.
Some kind of navigational instrument. I haven't a clue how it works. Classical dialogues, poetry, and natural philosophy.
Natural.
Admiring the captain's collection?
I am. Such curious objects.
Quite a collection, huh?
You know, Dr. Sedgwick was also fond of collecting. Not like this, though. Mostly things like medical diagrams, antique surgical implements, and wax anatomical models. When I was young, I used to go into his office to sneak peeks at the old books that had illustrations of people showing different afflictions. Pustules and lesions, scrofula, all the venereal diseases at once, that sort of thing. They were kind of horrifying, but also strangely fascinating.
Why, Nadine, you absolute scamp.
All right, no gong yet. Guess we'll go check upstairs. Oh, this is a huge house.
It doesn't do much for me.
Okay.
The port of Gascon, if I'm not mistaken. Been years since I've seen it. The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan.
Corunna.
The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that... A plain old sea chest.
Oh, gold.
I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
Not without so we can have a good reason? Oh, go on, Harley. Okay.
Ship in a dense fog. Hey, I've seen this sort of thing before. I believe it's called scrimshaw.
Go on.
It's got an old sailing ship on it. It's been carved with a whale design. It's got a seabird on it. A pelican, I think. Someone carved a lighthouse onto this. It's got an...
I kind of want that to be a puzzle, but I guess I don't know what it is.
This is the water closet.
Can we look at this?
A ship in a dense fog. Miss Johnson, there you are.
Yep.
I love her. She is great. There you are. Yep. Anything else?
Can you see anything through that spyglass?
Just the wagon. Wanted to make sure it's standing up to the storm.
And is it?
Seems to be. Excuse me, won't you?
What is going on? What is going on?
Finely carved. Must be quality craftsmanship. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
Oh, give me the reason, please.
It's empty. Can't see much aside from the wagon parked down there. Captain Boylan was quite dashing in his youth. A musty-smelling mess of laundry. I wonder what old Captain Boylan uses this for. Stargazing? I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away.
That's good. Todos Santos. Gracias, Todos Santos. The meal has spoken.
I can't remember the last time this table was so full. How are you finding the fare?
Not bad.
Hope we didn't use that
Most
etheric water.
satisfactory.
The very soul of rustic simplicity. Quite simple and, unadorned.
Yes, it's a bit bland.
And no adornment needed. My compliments to the kitchen. But then I'm not exactly impartial.
In any case, it's been a real pleasure having a proper meal at a table.
Been roughing it then?
And how? A campfire don't compare to this.
Where are ye folks headed?
El Presidio.
Ah, I used to sail out of there.
Since you know the city, have you got any advice for a first-time visitor?
If ye ask me, and you did, the heart of the city's the wharf. You'll not see a more eclectic mix of folk anywhere else.
You said you sailed from El Presidio, Captain Boylan?
Aye, for many a year. I used to captain a whaler.
No kidding. You must have some stories.
A fair few. I could tell ye about the largest beast we ever snared. The one what took me leg.
Save it for after dinner, pal. No, yeah, let her rip.
Go on then, tell us.
It was back in 25. We was circling a lagoon off the coast of New Spain. We were on the point of giving up, when suddenly, a great monster breaches off the port bow. She was the biggest I'd ever seen. I shouted the order to launch the whaleboats in pursuit. Me men put all their backs and all their hearts into rowing, and soon we was on her. All around, the water was churning white with foam. The beast surfaced again so close, we nearly capsized. But the harpooner had steady legs, and a steadier aim on him, and he struck true. Then, the battle began. Oh, how she thrashed and reared. Somehow, the rope got wrapped round me leg, and pulled, and tore almost clean through. I thought I was a goner for sure. But it wasn't over yet. At last, the beast tired out. We hauled her in just as it was getting dark. Cutting her up was no easy job. She was 50 foot if she was an inch. Got a good sum for all that oil and blubber. But it wasn't only the whale went under the knife that night. Doc cut me up too. Taking care of what little was left of me leg by that point. Saved me life.
Quite a tale.
That poor creature.
I doubt you'd feel that way if you met one yourself, Missy.
How about we just finish our dinner? If anybody has an appetite left after that story.
Aye, fair enough.
Well, I liked the story. It was not.
No, that was a fine meal. And a fine meal should be followed by some fine rum and conversation. Would ye care to join me in the library?
That sounds like a perfect way to pass the evening.
I'm going to retire. Sounds like the storm's died down, so I'm bunking in the wagon.
You sure that's a good idea, Miss Johnson?
I'm sure. See y'all bright and early.
Yeah, if anything, Lola knows what's good for Lola, and I gotta respect that.
Some rum, Miss Redbird?
I'm sure. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Leisure.
Oh, yeah. Hit
Don't
me up.
mind if I do.
Why not?
A toast to new friends.
Cheers!
Damn, where'd you say this stuff came from? A gift from an old friend in Barbados. Best rum in the world, in my opinion. Got plenty more in me cellar. You're welcome to it. Now then, Mr. Marquez, I had a question for ye.
I may have an answer.
Am I mistaken, or are ye of the new Spanish persuasion?
I am, yes.
Ha ha ha! Grand! I'd like ye to have this.
I thought I was gonna pick up the poker. I'm like, no, Captain, no.
Belonged to an old friend of mine. New Spanish, like yourself. He used to play the most beautiful music. He left her to me when he died, but I always felt she should return to her proper home, as it were.
I'm honored.
Suppose I ought to have asked if you play.
In fact, I do. A little bit, anyway.
Go on, then. Give us a song.
Very well, but let me tune her first.
Tuning song.
That should do. Now, let's see if I remember.
I choose the banjo.
Goodness, that was beautiful. Where did you learn that?
Thank you, Harley. I had a tutor as a child. My father insisted I learn to play something, so I chose the guitar.
Well, ain't you just full of surprises? I think this calls for another round. Hear, hear. It's been a grand evening. But this old salt needs his beauty sleep. Stay up late as he like. All I ask is he not disturb me in me quarters. I'm not a light sleeper, but I can be a right bastard when startled.
I promise we'll steer clear and tiptoe quieter than the angels. Good night, Captain.
See y'all in the morning.
Don't know about you folks, but I ain't ready to bed down just yet.
Yes, the night is still young.
What say we have a couple more rounds?
The rum's all gone, though.
Captain Boylan said he had more in the cellar.
I'll just go fetch a bottle or two.
A bottle or two? Good gravy. We're getting cooked.
Oh, bad news. Cellar's locked.
Oh, chingada.
Guess the party's over, then?
Not
Guess the
necessarily.
song's over, then.
Harley, would you be so kind as to apply your skills to our little problem?
So listen, you want me to break into this thing? I mean, listen, I am interested in knowing what's down there in the cellar. However, guy is kind enough to let us stay here on the house, if you will. In the house, really. Nah.
Oh, no, you can just forget it. I'm not breaking into the cellar.
Who said anything about breaking in? We have permission. The lock is merely an oversight on the part of our host.
I guess so.
Just give it a try. If you can't do it, we'll yield.
Why is this the most difficult decision in the whole game so far? Yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
I said no.
If Harley won't get that door open, I will.
I think that may be an even worse idea.
Are you going to blow the door open with dynamite?
Okay.
Of course not. But I will find a way. Unless Harley has had a change of heart.
No.
You can get that door open yourself if you're so determined.
Like, I don't want to upset people,
Come, Jake, give me a hand.
but this does seem like we're overstepping our
they know what they're doing.
bounds a little bit.
Ay, carajo.
Damn it, I'd better go check on those fools.
Nice work, Phil.
Ooh, I will be feeling that in the morning.
What in the ether are you two doing?
What you wouldn't. Come on, Phil.
In fact, I would prefer not to climb stairs on this foot right now.
Fair enough. Harley?
Fine, but just to see you don't break your neck on the way down.
Jeez, look at this basement.
Sure is dark.
How about we light that wall lamp?
This will help us see down here if we can light it.
Gotta be matches around here somewhere.
I guess we have to go back upstairs?
How's your foot?
I am in some pain, but it will pass. Thank you for asking.
You are welcome.
Full of matches.
Oh, we're gonna take
Don't
one
mind
of
if I
those.
do.
Yeah, permission. That's
Dinner
fair.
gong. Can't imagine it gets much use.
I was kind of just like, I don't know. Like, he said he's a light sleeper, and like, who knows what kind of racket it would have been.
This door goes into the captain's quarters.
Okay, we'll definitely not go into that.
It's empty.
But yeah, it's all good. Whatever.
For
We
an
got the
old
door
sea
open.
captain, Boylan's got some rather modern conveniences. Definitely not the one that got away. Captain Boylan keeps a tidy house. Well stocked, but not with anything I need.
All right. Well, I guess we got what we needed. That's fair. Yeah. I didn't expect them to kick the door down, I guess. I thought they were going to go about it a little bit more differently, but that's on me. As I say it out loud.
Much better.
Now, about that rum.
What was that?
Sounded like the captain's voice. Come on. You heard it too, huh?
Yes, it came from upstairs, I think.
It sounded like Captain Boylan, but aren't his quarters on this floor?
I thought the same.
Perhaps we should go see if he's all right.
Yep, you and Miss Redbird check the spare room. Danny and I'll check the bedroom.
Harley, you get
Harley,
point,
you
right?
Look in the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
We ain't got time to lose.
Well, it turns out that I guess the rum is not that important of a thing, eh? What do we got going on here?
Odd. Captain Boylan's not here. Where could he have gone?
Just saying, we should have picked up the poker.
The captain still has some old country pride. No mirror. I guess Captain Boylan doesn't do much preening here. There's an old book in here. A journal. Better take it.
Yeah. Now, is this good enough reason, I guess,
I
huh?
can just hear Joni. A quill and ink. How charming. The captain won't miss this for now.
I like now that we can loot the house. We don't know where he is.
The
I guess we'll just
storm
take
has
all his
used up
things.
some. Looks like a sea bunk. Guess old habits die hard. A set of keys. One of them must unlock the cellar. No need to worry about that anymore, though.
Okay.
An old oak wardrobe.
I guess I could have probably asked him.
An old oak wardrobe.
Search.
Can't really see anything in here.
Okay, I guess that's the best we got. Can we take another match, maybe?
Full of matches.
Okay, I guess we can't. All right, well, that is peculiar.
Later. I need to find Captain Boylan. Captain Boylan's not in the library.
We don't know.
The
We don't
others
know
are
where
living
he is.
upstairs. I need to check the captain's quarters.
Okay. Oh, I know. Okay, so we need to read the journal. I picked it up and was just like, "Ooh, look at all these other things." Let's read the journal. Fine.
The bottle's nearly full.
Oh, we do have more matches. I didn't realize we grabbed a bunch of them. We maybe use it in here. Secret doorway.
Hang on. What's this? There's a small switch in the back.
Of course. But of course.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, of course. Read.
There's not much in here. I guess Captain Boylan didn't care much for writing. Here's an interesting passage.
Fisher landed another whale today on his first shot. I asked him how he managed it. Turns out he's been tying his wife's kerchief to the harpoon handle. Swears it brings luck and improves his aim. Ah, to be young and in love.
Anything else?
There's not much in here. Here's an
Fisherland turn.
Okay. Well, let's see where this goes.
Captain! You're still breathing, thank God. Hang on, I'll get help.
Oh, God, what happened here?
He appears to be fine physically, but he seems to be in some sort of trance.
A trance? How do you mean?
His eyes are open, but he's not really awake. He's gone within himself. I've seen people do this voluntarily, to meditate or relive certain memories, but Captain Boylan seems trapped.
Is there anything we can do?
I'm not entirely sure. Did he say anything when you found him, Harley?
Not a word.
I'm at a loss. Something brought this on, but what?
Could it have something to do with this room? If he went to the trouble of building a secret passage, it must have some significance to him.
That's a very good point. I would say this place is a sanctuary.
But from what? The man lives alone in the desert already. What's he need a secret sanctuary for?
Look, on the wall there.
It's a sketch of Captain Boylan with 5 other men. His crew, maybe? There's a signature. A. Kranich.
Kranich? God forgive me.
Captain, can you hear me?
The Doom? The Doom!
No, not the Doom.
What do you mean?
I came from nowhere. I ought to have taken heed. I ought to have let it take me.
Captain? Captain? He's unresponsive again.
Quick, say Kranich again.
Should I try repeating that name? See if he speaks again?
Perhaps not. Without knowing what's happening, we don't know how it would affect him.
I think I have an idea.
Yes?
That chair, the way it's positioned, facing that sketch, this room being hidden, I think something happened to those men. Something bad. And I think the captain blames himself for it. He probably comes in here to punish himself.
Oh, how you figure that?
Because, well, call it a hunch.
I don't know. Seems kind of far-fetched, don't it?
Not entirely. I've read some of the new theories about the study of the mind. A particularly traumatic event may have shaken Captain Boylan's sanity.
So, he has gone mad?
Yes, but he may not be beyond help. We could try to reach him. I could try a form of hypnosis.
Oh, sure. That's where you get him to cluck like a chicken, right?
Not at all. It means he would be calmed and put into a receptive state. Then we could speak directly with his unconscious mind.
And
We'd
then
have the
make
best
him cluck like a
chance.
chicken.
We would have to recreate the environment he's experiencing as accurately as possible.
Recreate the environment? Just how do you propose we do that?
We must each take on a role.
Oh, you mean like play acting?
Something like that. If we can each convincingly assume the identities of the men in that sketch, the captain may feel they are truly here with him. His fantasy will become clear, and we'll be able to guide him through and out of it.
Sounds just crazy enough to work.
But we know nothing about these men, aside from what they look like.
Which means we need to find out more. The more details we have, the better.
Then let's put this show together. Harley, you're good at finding things. See if Captain Boylan had a diary or something.
All right, I'm on it.
Harley, you're good at these things, right? You're the player. You can do it.
What's this, a journal?
Captain Boylan's personal one.
I see. Well, I'll let you pore over it for any pertinent information.
Oh, okay. I'll read it again, I suppose.
There's not much in here. Here's an...
Fisher landed, turns up.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. The 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
I don't know. Do we have to assign people roles or something?
I must admit, this is all very odd. Though I do pity the captain.
Let me know when you found something that might tell us who those fellers in the sketch are.
There's gotta be something we can do for him.
I hope we're able to help the captain.
Me too.
Poor Captain Boylan. It's not easy living with demons.
Alright, I guess we need to look at things.
Storm seems to be passing.
That's good. We looked at that.
Boylan set up a sort of shrine from the look of it.
I guess there's more to find. I guess I need to do some snooping now. I'll be allowed to snoop.
The dinner gong.
The dinner gong. Would this be like the harpoon thing here?
This could be useful.
Yeah, now that no one's here to tell me not to take it. Anything in here?
I wouldn't even know where to begin. These shelves are full of ship's logbooks. Captain Boylan had a long career. I wouldn't...
I feel like that is a great place to just look through those logbooks. Like, that's gonna have all kinds of information about these people. But this is a spot we couldn't look before.
Spare linens and an old sketch.
Okay.
A sketch of a ship, the Derwent. There's a note. Captain Boylan, looking forward to our first voyage together. Signed A. Cranach. Cranach? That's the same name on the sketch in the attic. So the Derwent must be the ship I'm looking for.
The Derwent.
A ship in a dense fog. The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. And that other one there looks like one of the men in the attic sketch.
Oh.
I need to figure out exactly who it is. The port of Gascon. It doesn't do much for me.
Let's see. So now we can snoop, right? Let's check in here.
Looks like a navigational chart. I'll take it with me.
A navigational chart.
There's a path drawn around an island that says Detour. The name of the island's been crossed out. There's not much. Here's an
Fisherland turns.
Okay, I was wondering if they
Captain Boy.
may have had other things going on. Take? Oh.
I can just make out the wagon through the duck.
A navigational chart, yes. Oh my. Alright, we haven't been in here yet. Wash basin
Nice
thing?
to be able to freshen up.
Let's do it.
Ah. Wonder how Lola's doing out there. Evocative scene. Functional little nightstand with storage. There's an empty bottle and a note in here. I'll take the note.
Take the note.
Captain Boylan, I recommend taking 1 nitroglycerin tablet per day and avoiding overexcitement. Dr. Francois.
Okay. Well, I guess we have some names. Maybe we're able to go through the logs now in the library. Because she's like, oh, I don't know where to start. It's like, well, now we do.
Ah, here we are. The logbook for the Derwent.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The Derwent sailed out of El Presidio in 1830. Listed crew is Captain Philip Boylan, First Mate Michael Benelli, Navigator Karanga Payo, Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Dr. Jonas Francois, Cook George O'Malley, and Alfred Cranach, Profession Unlisted.
Profession Unlisted. Ooh.
These
Anything
shelves
else?
are...
Okay, I guess that must be all of the info. Is there anything else in the basement? I haven't looked. Get that rum while we're down here.
This crate's been emptied. Probably full of more rum. A crate chock full of rum bottles.
Yeesh. Did not, or wasn't kidding. A lot of rum.
Looks sturdy, but lightweight.
Okay, a little step stool.
No rum in here, surprisingly. Another unlit lamp.
Do we need to light it?
There we are.
Here we go.
Enough rum to last a lifetime. Or an evening.
Woohoo.
An old navigational chart. Looks awfully familiar.
I guess it's a bigger piece of the other navigational chart?
These 2 charts show the same land masses. The island crossed out on my chart is called Hastram Scary.
Scary. Oh, it's too scary.
An old looks...
Alright. We're going this way. Alright, let's see where we go. We did pretty good here. I think we've perhaps put together some pieces.
Let me know when you found something that might tell us who those fellers in the sketch are.
Okay. I have found a thing.
I found the ship's log for the crew in the sketch.
Nicely done. Let's have a look. All right, so we've got a first mate, navigator, harpooner, doctor, cook, and artist. We can probably leave that last one out.
Okay, so Danny can be the cook, Nadine the doctor, Phil the harpooner, you can be the navigator, and I'll be the first mate.
Oh, don't you think I ought to be the first mate?
Does it really matter?
Reckon not. Right, now all we need are some props.
Props?
Sure, for authenticity. Have another look at the sketch. Each of the crewmen is either wearing or holding something unique.
Jake's right. If we each have the appropriate item, it will increase our chances of convincing the captain that we are his former crew. I'd also suggest trying to learn at least one personal detail about each one, just in case.
Okay, I'll have a look around.
Bring me any items you find.
And let me know when you're ready to begin the performance.
This is a lot to keep track of. I'd better make a list.
I love that idea. Yeah, list is good. Okay. So, navigator. I guess we just gotta give all these things up to Jake, right? Sort them out.
Spyglass for Navigator Pio.
Great.
And harpoon for harpoon
Hey,
guy.
watch where you point that thing. Hey, watch where you point that thing.
Anybody want it?
If you are going to stab someone, please choose someone who is not me.
Okay, I just figured that would be the harpoon, but okay. Does anybody want a step stool?
Thanks, but no thanks.
What is this? Okay, this is one of the books. Do we just need to give a book to somebody?
I'm glad you were able to.
Keep that hand. Seems like handy information to know.
I found this inkwell and quill. Should work for drawing O'Malley's tattoo on Danny.
Right.
There
I'll
we go.
hold on to this thing until it's time. Interesting find.
Okay. I mean,
Thanks.
let's take a look, I guess, at the picture again.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. According to the ship's log, these other men are harpooner Jalal Fisher, cook George O'Malley, Dr. Jonas Francois, first mate Michael Benelli, and navigator Karenga Pio.
All right, so we've got the spyglass for sure. The only thing oh, this is one of those things that we saw on the thing upstairs. The harpoon, I'm like feel like that must be the poker, but we must have to dress it up a little bit, I suppose. So let's head upstairs. Hey, mild influenza. Yeah, this game is really, really cool. It's super interesting. It sounds like there's a lot of I don't know, a lot of variation to it. Like a lot, I don't know, every playthrough is a little bit different, which is pretty cool.
It's been carved with a whale design.
Oh, do I have to take the right one? Okay. Well, the one thing I can definitely do is I think if we poke in here, I'm assuming we could find a handkerchief in here and then combine it.
I'll
Maybe
take
that's
the
it.
hat.
Oh, the hat is going to be helpful as well.
A
Okay.
musty-smelling mess of laundry.
Okay, well, hat'll help. I thought there would be something else.
Nice to be.
Anything in the water closet?
This is the water closet.
All right, let me see if there's a specific one to take here, I guess, for... one of those things. Because there's also this one.
Such an intricate design.
Yeah, I wonder if we take the wrong one of those little statue things that it won't work. But I also don't know if that one was like, if you can tell basically from this.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. According to the
It looks like the whale, doesn't it? Okay. We'll grab the whale one then.
It's in surprise. A bit tight, but not the worst look.
Good looking hat.
Here, this is the hat first mate Benelli wore.
Perfect. I'll hang on to it.
Alright, so we need the whale statue. And then we'll be hopefully good to go. Take. And then what are we down to here? Oh, we want this. Read. Tie his wife's handkerchief. Harpoon for luck. And the only spot I was like, oh, a handkerchief would be in this pile of laundry, but if it's not there, then
A musty.
then perhaps not. Have a good night, Summer. Anything in here, maybe?
Well stocked, but not with anything I need.
Okay. Oh, have we looked down here? This could be good.
One of the doors is slightly open.
Go
Not
ahead.
much inside. There is a folded up piece of paper. Seems to be
Okay.
a recipe for sea biscuits. There's a note. Your favorites. Told you they were simple to make. Perhaps someday you can whip some up for me. It's initialed GOM.
Anything else?
Not much inside. See, it's in.
Okay. Just checking it. Every time I see a cloth or something, I'm like, did I click on that? All right, so select. That goes to this guy.
Here's a carved whale tooth for Dr. Francois.
This one's you, Miss Redbird. Thanks, but no thanks.
Oh wait, we didn't even pick it up, did we? So what do we have left? We need a prop for the navigate. No, a harpooner, which we've got part of it. And then we need info about the first mate.
Is everything ready to go? Keep in mind, we'll likely only get one chance at this.
Oh dear, not yet.
I'm still looking around.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Poor Captain Boylan. It's not easy living with demons.
Definitely not. All right, I'm gonna save here. We'll do the big show. And we'll grab these last two pieces soon, I guess. But yeah, I just had to look at the time. Summer heading out reminded me to take a look, and it is quite late. So, on that note, we've saved. We'll return to Rosewater very soon. Jeez.